What? That's a thing? That's a thing? Oh, Brigitte, that's insanity.
It gets worse.
How? Yeah.
We don't know why she's doing this.
We is
Me and everybody else, girl.
No, listen, I'm tired.
In the middle of the day.
I'm really tired.
Well,
I'm
when
about
you're
to
supposed to
sleep.
drink it.
So again, I don't really believe in this, but they say vitalizes body and mind, you know. So I'm gonna try to believe that. It's not even that good. Anywho,
The Red Bull is good. I stopped drinking it, but it's good.
it's giving me flashbacks of nightlife in Paris, and it's like sometimes like a bit too much. Yeah.
We never really did too much in France, though. To be fair,
I was tired.
Yeah, but we didn't like go crazy or anything. We lived quite honestly.
True.
I'm bored of my life, man. I feel like I should have done more. I should have done drugs. Yeah, never try any like crazy
never
stuff.
interested.
Oh man.
Hi, so welcome back to the channel. We are doing a series of story times today too as well. Like we had the first one you saw last week, and we're on a roll. So she has a second one for us today. We're also doing a series of your stories. So if you guys want to share your stories, something crazy that happened to you in Korea, you can share with us on a DM on Instagram or send us an email, and we will say the whole story and give our opinion without telling about you. Basically,
Yeah,
like we
anonymous,
keep it anonymous.
obviously.
So yeah, you can share that if you have any, and let's get into the story of today.
All right, so let's get into it right away. This is a very complicated story. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. That shit, I had to rewatch it like 3 times. Like I had to replay multiple things.
What?
Because the length some people go to just do wrong, like just to do bad things. The length some people will go to elaborate a plan just to fuck up somebody's life is crazy. And this, to this day, is the craziest story I've ever heard.
Okay. I'm interested.
Because that, yikes! And again, just so you know the premise of this, I watched a show on Netflix that doesn't have, unfortunately, English subtitles or episode's name. So I know you guys keep asking me, like, what episode? I know for this one. This is episode 71 from the latest season of Doomed Marriage. If you know Korean, go and watch it. There are no subtitles, girl. But anyways, this episode, there's so many layers. Okay. The person who sends the message in is a man. He is a married man. And basically, you know, there's something happening with his lovely wife. We open where he's at home. She's getting ready to go out. She's going to the 8th anniversary of her association, basically.
Okay.
An association that takes care of shelter animals. And he's like, oh, okay, well, sounds great. When are you gonna come home? She's like, oh yeah, maybe 9 or 10 p.m. He's like, well, isn't that a little late? She's like, no, we're probably gonna have dinner afterwards. You know how it goes. And he's like, but what about your clothes? Like, aren't they a little too, like, aren't you gonna get dirty and stuff? She's wearing, for your information, she's wearing this tight mini skirt with a tight top that's like crossed like this, and she's wearing like stockings. She's like, those are gonna get like so ruined. And she's like, no, but we're just going to dinner later, so this is comfortable, it's fine. And she has like high heels and stuff like that. He's like, all right, well, that's a little too sexy for my taste, but sure, whatever. And then her friends come to get her at the door. It's 2 of her friends, and he's looking at them, and they're like dressed like they're going to the club. And he's like, oh, are you guys going to your association's event? She's like, yeah. He's like, isn't this uncomfortable? At this point, I'm in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up, stop talking about women's outfit.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
You know what's coming.
yeah, I'm like, So anyway, they're like, no, this is comfortable. He's like, all right, cool, and they leave. And then he's like telling the MCs, he's narrating the story. He's like, yeah, but it just feels weird. Like, why would she be dressed like this? And she's been coming home late. Like, I just feel like maybe there's something going on. Like, I hope she's not cheating on me or anything like that. Like, basically, he's worried. She keeps doing those little things where she goes out with her same 2 friends all the time. But he's all right, cool, I'm gonna trust her.
The friends are girls or
Girls, 2 girls. Okay. So he's basically living in this like suspicion and stuff like that, right? The next scene, we see him, he's like in the house in the dark waiting. It's like 2 a.m. She's still not home. I'm like, girl, from the animal shelter event, okay? This girl, she doesn't even care, because honestly, anybody who doesn't want to get caught if you're doing something,
yeah, come on.
like really. So she comes home, And then I hear the MC saying, "What about her stockings?" And I realize she doesn't have her stockings on. Hey! He's like, "Wait, this is the time you come home to?" She's like, "Oh yeah, we had a couple drinks, la la la," which happens in Korea. It's very normal. So I'm like, "All right, cool. 그럴 수 있지." He's like, "What about your stockings?" She's like, "Oh, the dogs. I was playing with the dogs."
I was say the dogs are scratching. I had to remove. Oh my god!
They're like totally ripped. I was like, okay, which is a good excuse because that's
a good
exactly what
excuse.
would happen.
Yeah.
Duh. He's like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. So she's taking a shower and, he's very suspicious. So this whole time he's like trying to he looks in her pocket. He doesn't find anything. He looks at her dress and then he looks and like there's like stains on her dress and stuff like that. And me, I'm like, oh no. And she comes out, she's like, "Why are you holding my dress?" He's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, we were just eating ice cream and it got stains."
Oh, fudge. Seriously, is she stupid? Is she dumb?
Don't even get excited now because it gets worse.
I'm shocked at how dumb you are, and you don't care basically. You just
don't
care.
care.
You don't care at this point.
It's
okay.
not dumb, huh?
Okay, yeah,
I don't care if I get caught. That's
basically.
what it is. That's
oh
the
my
message.
god. Yeah. Hey, continue.
So he's like, "What the hell? Like, are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, no, it's just ice cream. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wash it." And she goes. Multiple days pass, nothing new, whatever. And he's walking in his neighborhood and he sees like there's like a commotion that's going on. And there's this lady who's wearing like a mask and shades and a hat and everything. And she's basically almost like protesting. She's like screaming at people and she's like passing down flyers. She's like, "This person, she has destroyed my family. La la la. You can't let her like just do whatever she wants." And he's like passing and he hears his wife's name. Her name is like Yongjin or something. And he says, she hears it and he's like, "That cannot be my wife." So he's about to just leave and let her say, "Oh, that's a crazy person." And then he picks up the flyer and basically she has the picture of his wife and the picture of a man basically like scratched up and everything. And she wrote the whole thing like, "Yeah, this woman has been sleeping with my husband and blah 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 blah," like a whole thing. Like she lives in this apartment. If you see her,
she knows everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So he turns out, he's like, "What the hell? Hey, this is my wife. What are you talking about?" She's like, "You know nothing. Da da da. Apparently, you're the last one to know. She's been sleeping with my husband." He's like, wait, let's calm down. And they go to a cafe to sit down and talk. She gives him all the receipts. She's like, "Yeah, I found them. I saw the text messages. She posted pictures of him on social media. Blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Wait, how long has this been happening?" She's like, 8 years. The guy's like, 8 years? 8 years? And you can see the wife, she's like, "You really know nothing, do you?" "Okay, I'll tell you the story."
Thank you.
So you get into this big flashback.
8 years is a long time, We haven't been here for 8 years.
Girl, you've been cheating on me for 8 years!
Now I understand why she doesn't care anymore. It's been long enough. I'm tired.
Doesn't care!
How have you not realized yet? It's on you, like, basically. The hell?
So basically, you have 2 flashbacks in the story. The first one, which is the most recent, is she's telling the husband that she did go and confronted his wife, and that is how she has proof, because he wanted to not believe, so he was like, "Do you have proof, Lara?" She was like, "Yes, I went to confront her." And you see that she goes to see the wife, and the wife is just brazen. She's just sitting like this. She's like, the woman comes and like, I know you're sleeping with my husband." She's like,
So
okay, like, it's been so long, like, what else do you want me to do?
Wow.
And she's so smug. So the lady, she starts beating the hell out of her. She slaps her first. She falls to her down. She takes her hair. She pushes her to the ground. And she goes behind, like they're in the restaurant. She goes behind the counter. She comes out with a broom, honey. She beat the fuck out of her. And at first I was like, yeah, I don't condone violence. But in that case, I was like, you're too fucking smug. Shut the fuck up.
Actually, I would beat the husband.
Exactly. You shouldn't even go for the wife first
Why?
of all.
Yeah, the problem is not with the wife.
It's
your
your
husband who
husband.
betrayed you, not her. I don't know you.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So when she did that, at first I'm like, okay, cool. But then you see 2 other people come in, open the door a little bit, and then there is a phone. And they're like recording the whole thing.
From the flashback restaurant?
Yeah.
The restaurant flashback?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they filmed the lady beating up the girl who slept with her husband.
Yeah.
And then you see them a couple days later at the restaurant. She has like a black eye, her lip is busted, but she doesn't care. they're laughing, and she's like, oh, I feel really well, don't I? And you realize they're all friends. And basically, she let herself get beat up so she could sue the girl, the lady. So she sued the fuck out of
Makes
her,
sense.
took her fucking money, and basically won the situation.
My other question: how did she explain the black eye to her husband?
I don't know, she had makeup on apparently, because at some point you see her in makeup, but then when she goes like this, there's like a black eye that comes out. Damn. And she's like, ha ha ha, like, I knew she was gonna fall for it, da da da. So basically, she not only has a relationship with the husband, but on top of that, she was able to take her money.
Jesus.
And that's why the wife is so completely distraught and like telling the whole world about that person. The guy is like, okay, but like, what about the relationship with the guy? Like, who is this guy? And so the wife tells him now the first like flashback from 8 years ago, right? So we go back 8 years before that. You know what? I get so annoyed. Anyways, the wife begins to tell the husband how, you know how in Korea there, I talked about it in another video, and in Korea, just like in France or other countries, we have like Instagram, Facebook. In Korea, there is Instagram and Facebook, but they also have what you call communities, online communities. And even now in 2023, it's extremely strong, and a lot of people are on these communities, and they call them cafes. So on these cafes, you can have like a cafe who's a fan club for a celebrity, a cafe for moms, a cafe for students of whatever school, whatever. You can just make a community and everybody goes on there. Well, the cafe this lady is a part of is a cheating cafe.
You what? That's a thing? That's a thing?
Actually, the real name is an affair cafe when you translate the Korean word. So you have single women, married men, and other married women, and they have like names for the different couplings. So single women to married men to married women, and there's different types of couplings. And in the cafes, they have doctors, lawyers. So if you have like an issue with your health, the doctor will help you in the like all the secrecy. If you have a lawyer because somebody discovered that you're sleeping with their husband, now you're getting sued, the lawyer helps you. Basically, they have their own mini country. And they just run their society of cheaters and cheatees. Basically, that's it. It's a cheating cafe. Yeah.
You dumb. No, wait, no. I cannot believe
I had no idea.
Did you go check on Naver?
No.
I will go check. Is it
no.
true?
How do you even find it? They probably changed the name for the sake of the putting. They didn't put the real name for sure. They should, yes.
Expose them ass.
Yeah, but then you're gonna get sued.
For what? It's a public cafe.
Did you forget how they trapped the lady? She got beat up.
It's a public cafe.
Yeah, but to enter a cafe, you have to have like a moderator. Yeah. Oh, you can't just enter. And this is apparently a real thing. So the lady was part of this cafe, and the guy was in part of this cafe, and this is how they met. We go back to the first post that she wrote. The girl who cheated, right? The lady who's out here in the streets. She's like, oh, I met this guy who's like 10 years older than me. He's a married man. She was not married at the time. He's a married man, and he totally fell in love with me. And today's our first day. Please give us your support. And everybody's
on the
like,
cafe.
Yeah. That's a cheating cafe. So she's announcing now the guy that she met. They became a couple, and everybody's like, oh my god, 행복하게 살아요. Be happy. Blah, 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 blah. You should be ashamed of yourself.
How
ashamed
how
of
are
yourself.
those your friends?
Because they're all doing the same
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. How are your friends the cheaters of the world? Like, what's going on here?
And we realized that the two girls that helped her film and everything,
Yeah,
they were also from the cafe,
right, great.
right? This is how she first met the guy. And we see them, they hang out in the car, in hotel. He's giving her all these flowers, da-da-da. He was like, yeah, I feel so alive with you, blah, blah, blah. With my wife, it's always like she's just nagging me. You know, the fucking typical stories that they like to give. Like, oh, she's nagging me. Meanwhile, she's telling the new girl, now the girl who's cheating is narrating the story. So she's like, yeah, because they're reading what she's writing in the cafe because she basically updates about the relationship every day. He's like,
So
yeah,
he sees as well?
Yeah.
He's in the cafe too.
But it's anonymous. Everybody has like a nickname, so it's like you can
but
tell
he knows.
stories.
He knows.
Yeah,
who
he knows.
it
He
is.
doesn't care. She's just happy. She's like, yeah, we're together. His wife is pregnant with her first child, so he doesn't really have too much time for me. I'm like, bitch, don't you understand? If they have a child on the way, that means they're still having sex. Like, what are you talking about? You think he loves you? Like, what is wrong with you?
That doesn't mean nothing.
That doesn't mean nothing for both wives. They need to leave this idiot.
Literally, he's just trash.
Oh!
But she's trash too. Why is she in this cafe? Anybody in this cafe is trash.
And how dare you be jealous?
Yeah.
Anyways, it gets worse. So,
Brigitte!
I
This
told you
is
this was
disgusting.
crazy.
This
I
is
told you, isn't
oh,
this the craziest story
this
so
crazy.
far? Okay. So
You have
she's
to be
basi-
no.
she's basically telling all these stories and whatever. And a couple of days later, you see them. They're in a hotel. You know, they're having their little time together. And she looks at, she's reading the cafe, and the guy is like, "You're always on this cafe." Like you can tell she's like obviously really into the whole thing. Even outside of her own life, she's just into the whole like her life is a drama for her basically.
Yeah, basically.
So she's looking, and this one girl, another of the previously non-married girls, she's announcing. She's like, "Guys, hi, the guy that I've been seeing for a number of years, he just announced to me that he was gonna get a divorce, and we're getting married." So everybody's like, "Wow, success!" I don't even know why that's your goal, since your whole thing is to be cheaters.
So why would you trust me?
Exactly.
I would never trust you again because I know why.
You're a cheater.
I know the kind of person you are. You go on those cafes.
Then you will leave me
What?
for the next girl. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
So she sees this post, and you can tell like her face, she's not very happy, and she shows him, she's like, "Look, at least she got the guy to marry her, and that means he really loves her." And he's like, "Yeah, well, that's probably because they don't have kids." She's like, "They have 3 kids. You only have 2. So what is preventing you from just leaving her? You're not even happy with her. Just marry me instead." He's like, "You know that's not how it works, blah, blah, blah." So basically, you can tell that she's been basically pressuring him to leave the wife and be with her. Sometimes I'm wondering if it's not like a psychological thing where you just want the person to leave someone else for you.
Yeah.
Because it can be normal.
Yeah. Like I have the power to get you out of whatever situation you are right now to come with me because that's so much better.
So she basically is pressuring him every now and then when they go on dates. She's like, "Yeah, this person got married, blah, blah, blah." And he's not listening. He has no intention of leaving his wife. She's just there for the fun, for the vibes, whatever. She writes at the cafe, and I think she either changed her name or went completely anonymous, but basically she was writing to like a separate, you know how you can make like subgroups, and she's talking to like other girls, other women only, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so annoyed, like he won't leave her, blah, 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 like, I don't know what to do." And so they go to like a tarot reader or whatever, like all 3 of them, they go to a tarot, and she's like, "I don't know what to do, the man that I love, he won't commit to me." She's like not saying the details, but he's like, "He won't commit to me." And then the lady, the tarot reader, she's like, "He's a married man, isn't he?" She's like, "Oh, how did you know?"
Did you know?
And he's like, "Well, 99%
I'm on the cafe.
of my she's like 99% of my customers are
my
like also
God.
married men." I'm like, "Oh my!" And I heard that too. You know, you remember that
Jesus.
tarot reader we were supposed to do
Yeah,
collaboration?
yeah.
I went to her once.
Yeah.
And I was telling her about like my recent breakup. She was like, "Oh, was he a married man?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "No, it's not. I'm not saying this because you look like that type." It's like most of my clients are young girls who are dating married men. I'm like, what? She told this to my face. I was so offended. I was like, excuse me. She's like, no.
Wow, what's happening?
That's how I know it's true, because it happened to me.
What's happening? Anyway.
Woo! So the girl is like, he has the emotions for you, but he's just in a situation. You just have to make him jealous and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you know what the fuck this bitch goes to do?
Tell the wife.
No!
Why not?
No. She wants him for herself, but she's not trying to do all that. She's not trying to expose herself. No. She goes on like a sogating or whatever with the current husband, and she marries him. The whole idea, the whole reason why she wrote this in the cafe.
So she was still single at the time?
Yes! The whole reason why she got married was to be able to put the thing on the cafe and be like, "I'm getting married, so I'm leaving." So the guy would run after her.
And it worked.
Mind you.
What? Oh my.
Wait.
Not because.
Wow.
Wait.
Wait.
No, I thought.
Wait. Let me finish this part. You have to have all the facts. Mind you, when we're hearing this story, this is the guy reading. The guy who sent the message. He's reading these cafe stories. That's how we get the flashback, because he's telling the story. She is writing in the thing like, "Yeah, I have found somebody that I'm just gonna get married with him." Then you get a flashback to the actual ceremony, and you see the husband. He's out here looking for his wife. She's like, "Where is she?" And the 2 friends from the cafe are in front of her. She's like, "Oh, her dress got like a malfunction. She's just fixing her. Please come back. Somebody's looking for you, by the way. Go over there." And then you get inside, and the guy came to see her, and they're like kissing over there. He's like, "Be happy, but not too much, because I'm jealous." That was the entire reason she even got married. That's it. To get the other married guy jealous. So now they're fully in their married man, married woman thing, because she's like, "Oh, thank you for making me happy. He's like, well, why? We can still continue to be happy. And she smiles at him. And that's how, they continue their relationship as both married people.
But that didn't work then.
Yes, it did.
No, because she wanted him to leave the wife.
Yeah, well, it didn't work. It didn't work, so she got married herself to basically elevate her status, but she still has the guy. He came back. She just wanted his attention. Even if she's saying he wanted she wanted his attention.
So now that she's actually unavailable, he likes it?
Yeah.
So now it's here.
Now they're together again.
Everybody's fucked up.
Huh. Excuse me?
No, Brigitte, that's insanity.
It gets worse.
How?
Now that he has read all these things and the woman has told him all of the story, he has all the proof he needs, right? But he doesn't have tangible proof because the names are anonymous, blah, 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 blah. So he's now trying to figure out, like, how am I going to, divorce her and everything.
Question, how did the wife knew?
The wife, no, because she entered, her husband told her everything.
Her husband said?
Well, yeah, because she caught him.
Oh.
This is from the beginning, but now we're going back into the past.
Okay.
So, now that he sees this, he calls the two friends. Right?
Oh, those two, huh?
The two friends, and he is with them at like some bar or whatever, and he tells them, I know everything, you better tell me the truth. And they're like, oh my god, because now they're gonna get exposed. They're like, oh my god, we're so sorry, it was all her idea. Basically, they throw their friend under the bus. I was like, wow, some friends. They throw the friends under the bus. She's like, yeah, it was all her idea. And they start basically spilling all of the shit, all of the time she lied, all the time. So he takes his phone and he started like recording. I'm like, at least you're smart. He puts his phone down and and they're spilling the tea,
you can only be betrayed by close people. Oh, look at this, the friends is like,
maybe your own people sometimes. But as they're telling the story, the guy is starting to feel, he tells him, I'm starting to feel weird. Like, I'm drinking. He's, like, drinking back to back because he's, like, so sad. But then he's like, no, but I'm not. I'm usually drunk, but not that drunk. Next thing you know, he wakes up in a room.
Hell.
He wakes up in a room. He's naked. He turns around, and then one of the friends is there. She's like, Opa, what's going on? He's like, excuse me? Why are you in my bed? This is his house, by the way. She's like, what? Do you not remember? You took me here last night. We spent the night together. You said you loved me. He's like, what? I never did that.
Who are you?
Talking about? Who even are you? Like, I asked you to give me the proof from my wife cheating on me. Why are you in my bed? And at the same moment, the wife enters. She's like, what's going on? Oh my god. With my own friend, blah, 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 blah. Like, how could you do this to me? He's like, wait, whoa. What is going on? What's going on? And then the third friend enters with her phone in hand, filming the entire scene. And she's like, yeah, so you're cheating on me with my own friend? We're getting a divorce for sure, blah, 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 blah. And then the friend is like, you even told me you loved me. You said you were going to leave your wife, blah, 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 blah. So obviously, they're all fucking acting in order for her to go first to the lawyer and be like, he cheated on me.
Actually, they're good friends then. I was saying like they betrayed.
No,
they're good friends.
For me, the fact that they drugged him, I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's insanity.
It's giving criminal.
Also, you planned that. Where do you get the feel? Like, the moment I called you to say, let's go to whatever cafe, whatever, but they're like, all right then, drugs. Grrr.
In my opinion, because he was so suspicious, the wife, she realized he was onto her.
Plan B.
She was like, we gotta get the Plan B motion.
Yeah.
Oh because when...
Masterminds.
Yeah. So they filmed the entire thing and they're like, I'm gonna go to my lawyer and I'm gonna... Because here in Korea, if you sue the first person, you could get money from them and everything. Just like they did for the first lady that beat her up just for the money. And so... She has exactly the same MO. They filmed the guy, he cheated with my friend, blah, 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 blah. So now, basically, he can't really do anything. And then he's like, wait, I have proof. I put it in my phone. Where is the phone?
Aww.
You lost it last night. You got drunk and lost your phone.
Lie.
The story ends there, and he's like, what should I do? Because I can't fucking divorce her now. Because if I divorce her, it's my fault because I'm the cheater now. So I have to give her all my money, all this and that. All the advantages. She didn't get caught at all. She just filmed me and she just deleted, like, took my phone and, like, whatever.
Can he team up with the other wife?
Maybe, but she already lost all her money. How is she gonna hire a lawyer? She already got scammed.
I hired a lawyer. You're my witness or my whatever backup.
Yeah, I guess. But,
la la.
A fucking group of evil
serial
bitches
cheater.
and serial cheaters and
Who-
scammers.
who end up like being jealous between themselves too and like fucking up everybody's life. Why? No, this is crazy.
That is
talk.
the craziest stories I've ever watched.
The fact that he's out there, like on on Naver, there is a cafe like this. I'm shocked.
Girl.
I'm shocked.
I was beyond shocked. I was like, what? So
What
y'all
do
be
you
doing that?
mean?
Okay.
Every time the conclusion of those stories, you cannot trust nobody. What is happening?
I was gagging. That was the craziest story I've heard in a while.
Why won't they just be together then 8 years? Just be together then at this point.
At this point.
It's not an affair. It's literally your wife or
What's
your
the
whatever.
point? But the guy was never gonna leave her.
Why?
He just wanted a side chick, clearly.
Yeah, he wanted the excitement of the
And
forbidden.
That's why he only reappeared when she got
Yeah.
married to a brand new person who did nothing to
yeah,
deserve this.
Yeah, this is the craziest story you ever said. Oh my god. I'm very depressed.
Well, there you have
I'm
it.
very depressed. What is happening here? There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Poor guy, you're done. You're done. I'm sorry.
Done and
You doomed. You're doomed and done. Like,
done and dusted.
what can you do here? Nothing. Nothing. They're crazy and they have a whole support system on the back.
I hope he can go to whatever phone company he's from, get the clouds, and get all the information in the cloud or something.
Maybe, you know.
Because if it's recorded, it has to be somewhere.
If it's
even you
recorded,
lose your
either
phone.
Google Photo or
Yeah,
Apple Apple
yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Find it.
Do something.
Do something.
something.
So sorry, my dude. My heart goes to you. I hope you're okay.
I would love to see what that cafe looks like.
Oh
Cafe.
yeah, I want to go undercover.
Yeah.
Screenshot, talk.
Yeah.
Contact the people, the
Yeah,
families.
expose everybody.
Expose us. I wonder what would be the like moderator. Why would they accept you?
Don't
What do you have
know.
to go to be in it?
I don't
You
know.
know what I mean?
I
How
love
do you prove like
cheating.
I'm a cheater? I'm a real cheater.
Yeah,
Believe me. What
I
the
don't
fuck?
know.
What?
Anywho, y'all let us know in the comments what you thought about this. Is our craziest story to date. If you have a craziest story, hey, we're open to it. So yeah.
Yikes! Okay, well, we will see you next one, guys. Bye. I can't. This is insanity, Luigi.
Moi, le fait que ça soit une vraie histoire.
Dame-tu! Le café là? What is this?